It started in high school, and we had an opportunity to do some community service projects, and one of our projects was to go read, help first graders learn how to read in kindergarten students. So for our social studies class, that's what I was assigned to do, and went over there and just really enjoyed the opportunity working with kids and kind of seeing the light go on when I was hopefully making a difference in them and their educational background. My second grade teacher, Mr. Boldeno, was a gentleman who was, well, the first male teacher I ever had. And so to have somebody with that type of desire to be involved in young people's lives and just see his interest and support, I think was important. I was a third grade teacher, and I had a couple of young men that came in that did not know how to read. And so to be able to work with them over the year and to get them not all the way caught up, but to get them pretty much caught up, and just to see how their mannerisms and their body language changed, that they no longer were so self-conscious about what they were doing in class, but they were much more confident. That was important to me. I ended up being a chicken loader and did that as I was in college, which you're up at 10 o'clock at night until about 2, 3 in the morning, going to chicken barns, loading chickens into crates for Tyson and Campbell soup, those types of things. So that was kind of a messy job, but it kind of in that farm background, work mentality of getting things done. As any educator, you know, you'd never really know what you've done or whose lives you've impacted. And over the last several years where I've been, and even when I was a principal, I had staff members and kids come back, or I would see them in grocery stores or wherever, and if most of the time I remembered their name and could call them by their name, like, well, you're one of the only people that remember what my name, and I was always in your office. How come you still treat me this way, or how come you make me feel like I was a positive impact on your life, rather than I was always in trouble and you think negatively of me. I don't think people's troubles define them. I think it's a learning experience, whether it's in the classroom, you're wanting to learn math or learning how to read, or behaviorally some of our kids have issues and concerns. It's still a learning opportunity, and they're all capable of being 100% successful. And I think that's what people need to understand, that's what my goal is that everybody's going to make mistakes, but I think the potential is there for everybody to be as successful as they want to be. Spend a lot of time with family. It's a lot of family time. Growing up, I grew up on a farm with one set of grandparents 50 feet away and the other set of grandparents 4 miles away, so it's always been about family. And so in my free time is mostly spent with family. I do swing the golf clubs occasionally, watch out when that happens. I do some hunting, do some fishing. My son's into archery, so we picked up a bow a couple years ago, and I do some archery with him. But really it's more about, as I've talked about before, it's going to be my faith, my family, and my job. And wherever I'm at, those are kind of the priorities that I have and what I follow. I've been married, this will be 28 years, to my wife, Danielle. We met in college. We have 3 great kids. It's going to be a busy summer coming here because my son gets married in less than a month back in Iowa. And so he graduates from Iowa State with a degree in construction engineering. Already has a job down in Atlanta, so when he finishes in December, then he and his wife, Elena, will then move to Atlanta. And so he's our oldest. Our middle child is Lainey. She will be a senior at Winona State, and she's studying English right now, but is going to go on to law school, wants to be an attorney, so she's going to do that, still deciding where she's going to do that. But she's also a collegiate softball player and has, I'm going to brag a little bit, she was an All-American 3 times this year and selected to do that. So she's a very athletic, very driven young lady. And then our youngest is Liza, and she just graduated from high school and is going to attend Drake University, and she's going to be a goalie for their soccer team. And I'm not sure what she wants to study yet. I think she wants to do something in business or maybe marketing of some sort. To get spotlight off of me, get the spotlight off of central office and the school board, and to get the spotlight where it needs to be on the great things that our kids and our staff are doing within our schools. And ultimately, I think to restore some of the credibility that maybe has been lost as a school district and hopefully as a community, because to me your school district is the heart of a community, and as your school district goes, that's how your community goes. And so just to reestablish us as one of those top-notch, highly ethical, highly credible school districts that we all want. I think everybody just needs to remember that, yeah, there were some difficulties in the past, but now it's time to cut loose from that anchor. Remember that it's still there, and we don't want to revisit the past and the struggles that took place there. But this is still one school district. This is still one community. Even though we have got a lot of people and a lot of schools within this community, the focus still needs to be the same, doing what's best for kids and making sure that they get the top quality education that they need. And if we all stay focused on that and we do it in the right way, which is by doing what is morally and ethically right, and making sure that we stay focused on every decision that we make is based upon what is best for our kids, I think we get there. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it happens a lot more quickly than people realize. We're a lot stronger together than we are divided, and that's as a school district and as a community.